It says we're live, Pam.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Maria. Hi, Patty. Hi, BJ. Hi, RB. Oh, I should switch off the top chat probably, huh?
That, yeah. Damn it. I
I
hate
always
it whenever you.
forget.
Oh, so you're in
Like
YouTube.
I'm, it's like I'm a noob here, yeah. I always forget to switch off the top chat.
Hey,
Outdoors with Big Matt. Hello. Hi, Chubby Duppy.
Matt, Tim, uh, and Ricky. Ricky, I was in Jess's stream this morning. I'm sorry to hear about your issues. He's maybe having to move by the end of the year and all that. So,
Oh, that sucks.
yeah, and he's got that rescue, and all those dogs and fish things. So I hope that works out that you don't. So, hey, Ed,
Hey,
welcome.
Ed, haven't seen you for a while.
Let's see. Billie Jean, look and sound good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah,
So
I
I
use. Go ahead, Pam.
no, I was just gonna say I've been like all morning talking with one of my daughters did one of those DNA testing things,
Oh, yeah.
ancestry things. So I've been telling her what part of the family history that I know, which a lot of it she didn't even realize. So,
Huh.
but see, my grandfather was like the youngest of like 19 kids,
Oh, wow.
but he was also the black sheep of the family. And I have found some of my second cousins and stuff, but they didn't even realize that my part of the family existed. They didn't even know that my grandfather existed, and they had to go back and look through like old family photographs and they finally found him in some of the photographs of the brothers. So they didn't
Wow.
even know that we existed. We didn't really keep up with family. I color guppies anyway, so that's what I've been doing all day and painting. So
Any, well, my mother is the youngest of 10. She had five half sisters, and then their mother died, and Papa remarried, and his second wife was younger than his oldest daughter. I mean, this was, early 1900s, and half Cherokee. So that was cool.
yeah,
So,
I found out when I moved here. It's funny what a small world it is because growing up, my older brother and sister were my half brother and sister, which made no difference to anybody in the family. My dad didn't
right,
treat him any better than he treated us, which was pretty much like shit.
right.
But my mom had always told me that she met my dad in California when she was a waitress there, and they had gotten married, and I was born in California, and then my younger brother was born in Washington when we moved up north, and I was a baby. But that isn't the truth.
Oh,
Yeah, that's not what happened at all. Um, when
what?
I moved here, my aunt came to visit, and she started talking to me, and then I talked to my older brother. And my mom was actually living in Cheyenne when she met my dad, and she was still married. And my dad was in the army, and they ran off together. And my dad went AWOL and ended up in the brig for a while, and then got a dishonorable discharge. And then they moved to California.
Wow.
So it's a small world, huh?
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
Because I didn't even realize that, they had actually met in Cheyenne, which is pretty close to where I'm living now.
Yeah. Yeah. You're like 2 hours or something, I think.
From Cheyenne, an hour,
Yeah.
a little bit
An
less than
hour.
an hour, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
It's like,
my dad was stationed in Fort Collins, which is where Priscilla lives.
that's like Knoxville from here. It's just over an hour. Yazi knew I was with you, so to speak, with hearing you because I've got the
Oh,
earbuds
there's
in.
Yahtzee.
But look at that. He jumped up here as soon as I started talking. You know Pam's on there, right? Yazi?
And then my grandmother on my, but this is kind of interesting for, I don't know if it's interesting to anybody else,
It will be to
but my
me.
mom's mother, her last name before she got married was Biddle. And she was disowned, which is why I don't really know that side of the family. She was disowned by her family when she got married because of two things. When we're talking, this is like way when things like this weren't supposed to happen. She was pregnant with my mom when she got married, and her family was Pennsylvania Dutch. And she married my grandfather, who was my mom's dad, and was not Pennsylvania Dutch. So they disowned her.
Wow.
So that I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Ricky, I did see it, and I posted it for like a minute so everybody else could make sure and see it. I sure did, about the landlord, working out with the landlord. I sure did. Maria just noticed that I shaved, Pam.
See, you noticed faster than I did.
I said
He
I'm
had
gonna
pointed
see him.
out to me. I kept staring at him. I thought he'd gotten a haircut or something because he looked. Now, this is the honest God's truth. What went through my mind is he looked well groomed. So I thought
Oh
he'd
my
gotten a
God. I
haircut.
did comb my hair just before we started. Brushed it.
So I thought he'd cut it because I did notice that he looked well groomed, but it didn't dawn on me that it was because he shaved. Hi, Julie.
I was trimming it up the other day, and I just thought that looks so nasty. And when it was Blackbeard, it was. So I just got out of
And
the mood to have it.
some of you
Hey,
guys are
Julie.
going to be getting some long overdue stuff in the mail because I finally got most stuff mailed, but I still have one more batch of stuff that I was going to take today, but then I got talking with my daughter because she got her ancestry stuff back and didn't get to the post office. But the rest of anybody who isn't getting something in the next few days will be getting theirs. It'll get sent tomorrow,
Uh,
so probably still later this week.
Maria pushing back. She said, "Listen, Bob, I'm on my phone and in the pool." So okay, cut her some slack.
And yeah, so and it's hot here today, and I didn't make it out to the laundromat, so I washed his shirt by hand and had it in front of the fan when Bob sent me the link, and I was like, "Oh shit, I
Let
better
me
put a
put his
shirt
shirt
on."
on. And I told the whole chat.
Yeah, you did. So that's why I'm saying that's what happened. Is I washed his shirt by hand and I had it like draped over the fan to dry.
I do that every now and then. Something I want that I've worn it or worn it twice. It didn't. I only have a couple hours. You don't just wear everything
Yeah.
twice. But
So yeah,
but
and I
I've
didn't
I've done
really have
that.
time. I didn't really have time to do the laundry mat thing, so
I,
I just washed it by hand real quick and hung it up to dry.
I draw the line though at undies. Those have to go in the washer.
Yeah, yeah.
Ain't nobody got time to be
Hi,
messing with that.
assassin.
My
Hi,
chat
Rob.
quit rolling. Hey, Rob. Did I miss anybody? Sandy. I didn't see
Steven.
Sandy. Steven. Sunfish Assassin. Jesse. HC Aqua.
There's
Howdy.
Jesse. I was working on your painting today.
Awesome.
I'm trying to finish everything by before I go camping next month because I don't want anything weighing on my mind when I go camping. I want everything to be caught up.
Hey,
Hi,
Gina.
Gina. So yeah, Jesse has a painting coming of a chicken, and I've got one like I get done for Ginger and one for Danica. So
You're
I've been
going to
working.
like that painting, Jesse, because her chickens are awesome. I happen to have a rooster.
This is a hen, a real pretty hen.
Is it? Oh, I've seen his chickens before.
Hi, Patrick.
Um,
So I haven't forgotten you, Jesse. I know it's been a while, but I'm working on them.
Billie Jean wants to know if you've sent hers, then she's keeping tabs.
I'm not sure if it's
Mailbox.
in the stuff going out next or if it's sent already. Anybody who the stuff I sent earlier should be getting there any day, and the rest of the stuff is going out tomorrow. So
Hers is a
I am
box.
horrible about getting to the post office. So I always have to apologize to everybody because I am really bad about it, and it's
Oh,
and worse with the pandemic because things are, Wyoming is just stupid. And so I don't like to go out unless, I have to. So I stay home a lot.
let's see. Me
Wyoming
too.
is third from the bottom. Mississippi and Alabama are below Wyoming for vaccinations, but Wyoming is third from the bottom. And our cases are going like that on the chart.
Wow.
So yeah, I stay home as much as I can. Hi, David.
Hey,
Hi, Vicky.
David Sampson.
Hi, Puppet.
All the cool kids are here. Yeah, I went to Walmart after taking my sister to a doctor's appointment to get blood drawn, and we had Chinese buffet. Made her buy because I did 2 weeks ago, and went to Walmart as I started to say, and there were maybe 4 or 5 other people in the whole, and it's a super Walmart now, whole store with a mask on. And a few people looked at me, like, and I'm like, yeah, but I won't be on the ventilator, hopefully. So,
Oh, but you have a surprise coming, Patrick. So
oh. So the moral,
one drawing that I sent him didn't get there, so I did it over again, and then I added a card too. So
so all of
hi,
those super chats paid off, Patrick.
hi, Sharpies. Yeah, I went to Walmart the other day, and I saw one other person in the whole store that had a mask on. And things are bad in
Ian,
Wyoming. I mean, nobody's vaccinated. Even the convenience stores have taken down those shield things with the cash registers, and none of the workers are even wearing masks. And things are getting bad here.
yeah,
It's like I can't believe people.
they
So
did
yeah,
have us
I'm
wear,
wearing a mask whenever I go out. Even though I am fully vaccinated, I'm still wearing a
yeah,
mask
me too. They have us wear
because they're.
little gloves at the buffet, though, so that was good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Hi, John.
Ian, John. Yeah, the
Yeah, our
humidity. The
go ahead.
humidity here is what's awful, awful, terrible.
I was telling Bob, you guys, I think it was either Saturday night or Wednesday. I think it might have been Saturday night, Saturday afternoon when I was on here. And I said it was a beautiful day and overcast and cool. Well, I watched the news that night, and it actually wasn't overcast here. It was smoke, totally blocking out the sun. And Denver, and which I'm in the Denver kind of area because I'm right across the border. Denver to Salt Lake City had the worst air quality in the world that night. So yeah, I'm not so smart sometimes. But luckily, I didn't go out that day. If I would have realized it and needed to go out, I would have worn a mask just for the smoke and nothing else.
Yeah,
Because
it's
that's not
bad.
not good when you're our no, I won't say our. I'll say my age. When you're my age, Bob. When you get to be my age, you have to be careful about smoke and air quality.
Yeah, mine too. Ours too. That's great, Sharpies. It is great. It's just too hot to do anything outside. I need to be doing things out in my, the shrubs and thinning things and all that, but
Yeah, I had
it's too hot.
my neighbor mowed my lawn again a few
Oh,
days
nice,
ago, and they
nice.
never have said anything. So I think I'm going to
Bake them a cake, Pam.
no,
Sweet little thing.
I think I'm going to give him an art print
Oh, that's nice.
because that's like the third or fourth time this summer that he's just mowed his lawn and then just continued over and mowed mine. And I'll tell you what, my lawn is like probably three or four times the size of his. So
Oh,
that's real
wow.
nice of him.
It is. Don't give him the cow.
No, I'm gonna. I think I've got some of those. I think you have one, the bear print,
Mm-hmm.
the bigger bear print. I have some of those. I think I'm gonna give him one
I
of
do.
those.
Yes, I do.
So, yeah, they haven't. This is their first summer here, and he keeps mowing my lawn for me. I thought they had a bunch of kids, but I haven't really talked to them. But I just noticed from observation that the kids are their grandkids, and they babysit them during the day.
Oh, okay. They might be concerned too, somewhat that your kids might disturb you or something too. So they're probably trying to stay on your good side.
That could be.
So
I've
you'll
never
meet
really
those
done
kids.
said hardly anything to them. I wave at them sometimes, but I haven't. With they moved in when the pandemic was starting, so I haven't really ever gone over and talked to them or anything.
That's the way I am with the only kids in our neighborhood now. They've all grown up and moved away and all
I
that,
really,
except the new house down the street from me that used to be woods. They have two teenagers, and I wave at them. They came to see the dead deer that day and tried to talk a little, but I just nodded at them. I don't even spend that much time with my own
I'll be right back. I'm
family
going to go on
kids.
a puppy finding trip and see what she's into. I left the door open, so I bet she's back in the bathroom where the litter box is. So
Oh no, she's picked up
know how
Yazzie's
that.
shit.
Yes, she does
Oh
that too.
no,
So usually I have it like blocked off, but I don't right now, so I better go back there and check.
we won't talk about you. All right, guys, now she's gone.
Hey, little shit, where are you at?
Oh, she can hear us though. And we can hear you too, Pam. My
Walk across the hallway
it what? My homework just got extended, yay, until 12:31, and they're working on a permanent policy. I may get to work from home forever. That would be awesome. See, I could do that. I did the last 5 years I worked. That's
here.
great news.
She was getting into the kitty food, not the kitty logs, but the kitty food.
Well, even that can cause, pancreatitis or something if she eats too much.
Yep.
Or Yazzie, it can't. Oh, and they did not hatch for whatever reason, but the parents stayed on them for 4 days. And the mom gave up first intermittently, and then the dad. But they didn't move them anywhere because they never hatched. I posted a little quick video. I think I called it Rainbow Cichlid
Hi,
Spawn
Brandon.
Phase. So, howdy, Brendan and Nessa. It's weird. I could read the chat when we first started out, and now I can't read it without doing that. I'll sign it down in 20
Oh,
minutes.
Julie says her mom's dog used to whiz in her cat box. When my kids
Ooh,
were little, when Courtney, and I probably shouldn't tell this online in case she ever looks back at it or ever finds it, but when she was little, I caught her pooping in the cat box one time.
oh gosh.
Oh, I guess she was real little. I guess she figured if the cats could go there, she could too.
Right. Remember any toileting stories?
Yeah,
Oh,
Maria, thank you for posting Amber's PayPal. I am having her on as a guest tonight, and we're gonna go over some of her fish that she's got on her website for sale and talk about them. So that's kind of the plan for my stream tonight. So if you guys like bettas and betta talk and seeing what she has for sale, that's what we're going to be doing tonight.
no, she's not just the breeding and the husbandry and stuff, but her business sense. Like she messaged earlier today and said that she forgot to tell me that, send me the tracking and all that, and that she'd ship my two yesterday. But she decided, since the one that I got that was really rare, one of a kind, it's yellow, and the other one is a proven breeder. But she said since that male had never bred, she sent me a proven breeder male. She just included it like that. And you know
Oh,
what
nice.
what those things are worth. So that's really top notch. So
Very nice.
yeah, so I got 3 betas coming on the way. Yeah, she's a good girl, good lady. Everybody's a girl to me under 50.
So I'm not a girl.
No, you're a lady. Sweet little lady.
Oh my God.
I know
Oh my God.
what you might unleash on me there. Something's going to erupt. Let's see. Sharpie said he'll try to wake up in time to get the replay. Well, you're kind of doing any hours you want right now, aren't you, John? Aren't you? Maria, a lot of faces. See, my ear hole's not big enough or something. These damn things won't stay in. I've got stenosed ear holes, or maybe I'm trying to get them in the too far.
Oh, you shouldn't have pulled all the hairs out of your ears. They were helping grip
Yeah,
the little
I need
things.
to pull some out of them. Robert let me know at the fish swamp that I had hair in my
Or
ear.
maybe that's the problem. Maybe there's too much hair in your ears and it's pushing them out.
It could grow hair anywhere you want, except where you want. Bob, don't forget, I'm here, sir. I'm not sure what that means, Patrick. Oh, he's being valiantly defending you not being a nice lady, Pam.
Hey, Robert.
Did Robert talk? Yeah, I thought they'd get him to talk. I meant to tell you that, Robert, you got a big old hair in your right ear. You need to get your mama to pull it out there. And I'm not joking. I thought it was a little personal, but when we were sitting at the table, he's not even paying attention. It's called grooming. Can't wait for the comeback. Oh gosh. The coffee woke me up, but it made me really hot. Hot.
Yeah, when this stream's over, I'm going to run over to McDonald's and get a soda because you can get a large soda at McDonald's for $1. And
Ooh,
that's
that's
cheaper than
nice.
stopping at the convenience store and getting a can, you know?
Yeah, it is.
So every once in a while, I splurge and go over there and get a soda, and I think I'm going to do it today.
Oh, it's the stubby ear hair. Not nice when you lay down having stubble itching the inside of your ear. Play nice, kids, Maria said. Don't they come in there.
Robert says it's his lucky strand.
You
Hi, Paul McCarthy.
must have freaking good luck because that thing looks like it came off of King Kong or something.
Oh my God.
And the odd thing is not even the color of your hair. It's some mutant color. I think he just went middle age anyway. Manifesto. Mr. Manifesto. A rare appearance as Mr. Manifesto. But I don't see Mr. Manifesto. I'm in something where I can't see him. Bob and Pam and everyone having me a midnight coffee while unboxing new fish. A pair of yellow, lame rice fish. I know it's on a and pair of fundle of pancake. I can't even read it. Kelly. Got 30 minutes. How do
I have trouble pronouncing that.
Chain, something like that.
Have
a chain. Awesome.
Liquid Zoo Only Fins. Hi, how are you?
Howdy, Matt.
And Mickey M. Hi.
Yeah, Rob's right after us, guys. So be thinking of a hashtag.
Hashtag nose hair.
Ooh, that's even worse. than the ear hair.
We could do hashtag ear hair.
I didn't inspect his nose, just his ear canal. Out
Well,
wrestling the dogs. I hate that. You know, nurses and doctors and other kind of medical people do stuff like that. I wish I could stop it, but I look at people, you know, do they have a symptom of this or do that? And some things jump right out at you, you know.
I've been doing pretty good. I don't know what exactly is wrong with me, but for like a week now, I've had ankles. So that's always a good thing when my feet aren't swelled up.
You can see, yeah. I've had a right ankle for about a month, but I have to take the diuretic at night, not just during the day. So I'm up and down on that. But I've got an ankle on that side. Yep.
So for about a month there, you couldn't even see my ankles, and my feet just looked like these round sausages with little sausages sticking out for toes. But I actually have feet and ankles, so
You thought yours might be allergy related, didn't you?
yeah.
Oh yeah, Dan's back tonight at 9.
Yeah, yep. That will be fun.
No more cankles, Pam.
And I haven't. Yesterday, I noticed I went and got some gas, and I noticed I was just slightly dizzy, but not bad. So I think I'm just old. Just old.
Are the people long lived in your family? Did
Um,
your parents, grandparents live to be early?
my grandparents, well, yes and no. Um, one of my grandpas died of lung cancer, but he was like 78 or something like that. And my
John,
grandmas both lived quite a long time. My dad didn't live a long time, but he got lung cancer and died when he was like 58.
if I remember correctly, that is hereditary. Mother used to say hereditary from the
But
female side.
yeah, my grandmother's lived a long time. I know my great grandma Biddle, who was a Pennsylvania Dutch, she was like in her 90s, I think like 98 or something like that.
Probably never smoked or drank in her life.
I don't know. But my dad, like I say, my dad died of lung cancer, but at the same time, there was 9 kids in his family, and 7 of them died from different kinds of cancer. 8 of them. There's only one left now, and all the other ones died from cancers. But there was one of my uncle's doctors in California researched it, and he figured that it was something in the house that they grew up in Nebraska, something in the environment
Lead paint or
that
something.
affected all the kids. Because and it was all like my uncle in that uncle in California died of brain cancer, and my favorite uncle died of pancreatic cancer, and and one of my aunts died from breast cancer, and it just all of them ended up dying in their 50s and 60s from cancers.
Billie Jean, when you elevate them or when you lay down at night, do they go down? She's got some big old cankles, she said.
I have had, but like I say, they've finally gone down now.
My mother is still alive, and I think she's 85. She may be 86. And
Yeah, my mom was in her 80s when she died.
My dad died a few years ago with a big eclipse. A few years ago, he died that day, but he was 81. So I'll probably be around a little while, a few more minutes. Hopefully. Bob, tell Pam that story about your letting that stinker in the fish store Saturday. What?
I have quite the family. My other grandfather, my dad's dad, I'm not sure how old he was when he died. He died when I was probably a year or two old, but he was on Skid Row in Los Angeles when he died. So
Robert.
I have quite the family, don't I?
When you were talking about your dad with 8 kids and only one left, do you mean he had 8 siblings, or you're the eighth
Eight siblings.
to him? Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There was four kids in my family, and my older brother and sister have both passed, and my younger brother, I have no idea because I haven't spoken to him, nor do I want to, for many years. So, hey, Ed.
And Ed's here to verify that that was Robert that farted at the store the other day, the fish store we were touring. And he said, "Go, go, go, go!" And he's pushing me. I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "I shed in my pants or something." I'm not kidding. You shouldn't have brought that up, Robert. Nasty. Oh, hey, Susan.
Hi, Susan.
Every
Her
time.
mom will be 92 in October. I remember when I met my great grandma, I was fairly young, but my grandma Biddle, she was, I don't remember exactly how old, but she was in her 90s, and she lived in Iowa in a little farmhouse by herself. And I remember she had a great big old, remember those big old wood stoves that sat in the middle of the living room, like in the middle of the house? Great big old stoves. She had one of those, and she had like a ton of cats, and all the cats had curled whiskers from getting too close to the stove.
Right,
And
Matt.
I remember she wore like a calico granny dress and granny boots. And I remember that every morning she read the newspaper from cover to cover, and there was absolutely nothing that you couldn't talk to her about that she couldn't carry on an intelligent conversation about it.
Oh,
She was sharp as a tack.
that was their YouTube and their Facebook and all that back then.
Yeah,
They did read those papers. I read the funny.
yeah, I remember. I always read the comics.
Hey, Ed. Ed. Did you get a lot of sun just now, Ed? My sister said it's real bad over toward North Carolina over her way. We didn't get any here, thank goodness. Mm-hmm. Did you see Matt said that that's what he liked too when he farted? Nobody could smell it. Right. Robert was saying the name of the
Well,
chicken
when
place,
you get,
Champy's.
I know it wasn't Bob that farted because when you get to be up our age, farts are dangerous.
He's saying Champy's because our waitress, she was a sweet little girl, sweet, cute little thing, and nice and great server. But her breath almost knocked me out. I'm not kidding. Woo. And when I said it to Robert, then she came back and it was like, how are you all? Robert was laughing so hard between Rob and me.
I remember when I lived in California, there was an advertisement for a restaurant that just like had me laughing so hard.
Hey, Ethan.
It's really funny. Um, it had these guys, like this group of four friends, like slid into a booth at a restaurant, and they were looking at the menus, and they were like smelling the air, saying, "What is that awful smell?"
Oh, no.
And they like decided what it was, something about tired of the same old food, and they were like looking through the menu, and they decided what they wanted to eat. And the waitress comes, and she was like a heavy set gal, and she was wearing a sleeveless top, and she is standing there, with the pencil and the pad, and she says ready to order, and she takes their menus and sticks them up under
Oh.
and closes it. And I
Mm-mm.
started laughing so hard.
Mm.
It was pretty clever.
Mm.
I thought it was funny. Here they were like looking at the menus and what is that smell?
Uh-oh, Dan Slee's lurking, talking about farts. Of all
The fart
things.
talk brought him in.
Right? Always. Fish
Hi,
Mania
Greg.
is the store that we were touring. And Ethan, did you know that Robert farted in your store? Really bad. I almost threw up. Can't take it nowhere. It's not anywhere. It's nowhere.
Some people's kids.
Tried to say it was me. We missed you, Susan, this time. We had a good time. Farts and all. Craig Broderick. Cool. What's on the menu? Armpit sweat. Maybe a little, what do you call it? Fungal something going on. That was you, Bob. Robert, you're such a liar. A
Come on,
liar.
kids, knock it off.
He knows because he almost knocked me down. I'm like, what? And he's like, get, move, go. I just farted. Thought I'd go and watch the streams. It was really nice, Susan. It was hot, though, in that gymnasium. I don't think they had much air going on there. But other than that, it was awesome. 15 minutes. If you've got any more lies, Robert, now's the time. 19 minutes. Oh, see, I really can't see that thing. Oh, you've had a shave.
Greg noticed that you shaved.
No haircut.
And he thought you got a haircut too. See, when I looked at you, I just noticed that you looked like nice. So
You know, when I shaved, I did take the razor and do a little bit on my ears, so maybe that's what it is. But I combed my hair too today, so that might be what it is. James, it's James, I bet, Susan. Apparently the AC wasn't on cooling. No, that's why I was sitting in that doorway, Ethan. And then they put that fan over there. I could have sold my seat or rented my seat out while I walked around. Because the lobby was cool. I have old parents too. And I had some awesome summers at the countryside. Oh, nice. Sweden with the grandparents. See, now that sounds like the life. That sounds like the life. Yeah, guys, don't forget to check out Amber's PayPal, and she's going to be on Pam's stream tonight.
Yep, and we're going to be going over talking about some of the fish that she has for sale on her website. So it'll be interesting, and you can kind of get some of the information on the different fish that she has for sale. So it's a good time to get fish from her. She wants to try to sell a lot of them before she moves. And like I say, we're going to be talking about them tonight on my stream.
Sharpie said even you shaved, Pam.
Yeah, I did. You noticed. That was nice.
But how did he know? How did he know? Run, John, run. Yeah, that really was fun. It was my second ever swap. Those native fish I got didn't make it the first night. So weird. I think they were just so stripped out. They were with Killies, and they couldn't make it there. They couldn't make it anywhere out here. Gosh, this has turned into a fart stream.
That's because you're an old fart.
I guess. I reckon. We were laughing at lunch. My sister's going to be 70 soon at some of the old expressions we remember from when we were kids. Boring stuff.
Yeah, I find that stuff interesting, and some of the really old ones. I remember going to a house slash museum type thing. It wasn't really a museum; that they were just showed the old house. It was from the when I was on Cape Cod. It was the oldest house on Cape Cod, and it was like 1600 and something.
Oh,
It was
that's
built,
all.
and had the slanted roof and stuff. And the guy that gave the tour of the house was really interesting to listen to. And what he talked about a lot was the old where a lot of the old sayings came from.
Yeah,
And one of them I remember is raining cats and dogs. It's
right.
because they had those really long sloped roofs, and the dogs and cats would get up on top of the roof all the time. And when it rained, it would get really slick and they'd slide off the roof.
Ah,
So that's where the saying raining cats and dogs came from. I thought that was interesting.
that is. Oh,
And
hounds
yeah, a
are
bunch of
bad
them
to
like that.
hounds are bad to get up on. Even their dog houses, they'll do that.
Mhm.
I got a hound wanting to get up. You back? You back? Come on, come here. You know I can't reach that far. There he is. There's Pam. There's she. He's looking right at you, Pam. Oh, there's Pam.
Look at Yazzie.
You
Look at
want
Yazzie with his ears all pinned back and those
you
big
want the
eyes.
earbuds? Huh? Maybe they'll sound you better.
There's the Yazzie.
Older than Australia. Yep, it is, Craig. Everybody's saying hi to Yossi.
Yeah, the East Coast was a lot different than the West Coast in that there was a lot of older places and a lot on Cape Cod, especially. Um, if you walk through the old cemeteries, a lot of the stones say lost at sea. A lot of them.
Oh, really?
Because going around the Cape was really bad back in the day. A lot of ships went down. You know
Our
that
little,
movie, The Perfect Storm, that was filmed
yeah,
about a storm that was off of Cape Cod.
yeah, that was a
The,
great movie.
the helicopter that went down in the movie that was off of the Coast Guard base on Cape Cod.
That,
But yeah,
where we have the Ark, that house was built in 1900.
but
And
yeah,
it's
and I remember the other thing that I found really cool was I went to New Hampshire to as a double thing. I wanted to see the leaves changing because on the East Coast it's totally different than the West Coast. A lot brighter colored leaves in the fall from the sugar maples, I guess. But anyway, I went up to New Hampshire during the leaves changing, and also I went up to an area that in a round circle there was like 8 different covered bridges, and we
cool.
looked at this one covered bridge, and we decided to go across it and drive up the hill and see what was up there. There's a gravel road going up there, and we got up to the top of the hill, and there was a really old cemetery up there, and it was unkept in that there was no green grass or anything. It was just weeds. And a lot of the stones were so old that you couldn't read them. You couldn't see how old they were. But a lot of the stones had these round bronze things that were about like that big around, and they were on a spike, and they were sticking next to the graves. And somebody had gone through and put little American flags in them. They were little flag holders.
Oh,
So I was looking at those bronze holders, and I looked really close, and the writing was in a circle, and all of them said veteran of the Revolutionary War. The ones that had those
nice,
bronze markers. I thought that was really cool.
nice.
I like stuff like that.
Yeah, they're redoing and not redoing, but revitalizing a cemetery that's almost completely gone. It's was a slave cemetery for a while, a long time in Chattanooga,
Oh,
and
that's awesome. I would love to see that.
and then after slavery, there were a lot of African American people, black people buried there, and like 300 people that they know of that from records, church records and things, family records that are buried there, but there are like 15 marked graves now. So they've gotten some funding to go back and got it designated as a national historical thing.
Yeah, it
And
should be.
they're revising that. I saw it on Reddit. Reddit's pretty cool. I checked that out and read
Yeah,
about it.
it'd be hard to find the names and stuff of people, because I don't think they didn't used to, like, on slaves especially, they didn't put good markers on them or anything. I know I knew of one pioneer cemetery in eastern Washington when I lived there, and it just had, like, because it was so dry, it was still there, but it just had some wooden stakes and crosses made from wood, and a few of them just had, like, rocks marking the spot. Some of them had carving in them, but I like seeing stuff like that. I wish I could see that slave cemetery. I've never seen one of them.
I
Like they
just
on the
just
table was
remembered
the
that
shipping and you know.
near where I went to high school in my town, Athens, up the road, there's also an African American cemetery, and I think it has former slaves in it,
Oh,
and it's all grown up as woods now. And I wonder if anybody knows that, because I remember being told that as a kid and like junior high, and it was a place you would go, have people go to the cemetery,
probably people
kids.
have forgotten.
I may check into that to see if I
Yeah,
can find
and
out about
a
that.
lot of times, like I think in the 50s and 60s, they cleared a lot of those old cemeteries and just, like, moved the stones but didn't move the graves themselves.
Yeah,
And, when they were developing and building houses, and
right.
a lot of houses got built on top of cemeteries.
Yep, they sure do.
And a lot of times, from what I've read, they were, like, paid to move everybody, but a lot of times they just moved the stones and didn't dig down at all.
Sharpies, that's true. I follow a guy called Forgotten Faces, and he goes to a lot of cemeteries and does got a big channel, and he does a lot of the graves that are uh, the graves that are historical or famous people or that kind of thing. It's really cool. But and he also for his patrons, he does anybody that doesn't have a stone, their grave's not marked, get a stone put on it as
That's
long as
neat.
it's okay with the family
I was
or
watching one on YouTube, and I don't remember the name of the channel. I just happened to catch it one time and watched it. He was in Georgia, and he was busy, like, with a weed whacker, like cutting weeds and trees and stuff away from an old graveyard down there. And some of them he had to dig down through, years of rotted leaves and stuff to find the stones again. And it's a shame that they get forgotten like that.
well, I looked that up, Patrick. Melrose Plantation. That sounds familiar. Very familiar. I think I already know about that, but I'll look it up.
Hi, Jimmy P.
Hey, Jimmy.
Oh, that's interesting. RB says he has a great aunt that was hung for helping slaves escape.
That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Hey, Ryan. Natural Grams.
It was like a great, great, great aunt.
Well, see, my grandmother, she would probably be the daughter or granddaughter. I don't know. My niece did all that, but anyway, of the some of the Cherokees and the Trail of Tears, that were forced to this area and had to walk overland to out west. Most of them died, of course, on. Yeah, I was going to ask him next time I go. So, Ethan, how about coming on the stream on our Sunday night panel? What I was going to do was go down and see if he'd let me do like a video of the store and some of the changes and stuff like that. And plus, I hadn't done a fish video. Yazzie, you're on my way. Oh, come here, baby.
Oh, poor Yazzie. He's all wrapped up in cord.
I'm down to one wire.
Stick the earbuds in his ears.
In his eyes. He hears you on that one now. You hear Pam? You hear Pam?
Hi, Yazzie.
So,
Yazzie.
here, let's listen to her.
Maybe
something for just the last few minutes. You can hear me, right? Yeah. 4 minutes.
He was looking.
There she is. You see that?
Hey, Yazzie.
And when he's looking, he's really looking at you.
Oh, he's looking now, cocking his head.
There's the Pam.
There's Yazzie.
He said, I saw her now. I hear her. See that? Oh, big sigh. He's happy now. And she doesn't have the dog with her. He loves Pam. Yeah.
He doesn't know she's at my feet.
That'll just be our little secret.
Dancing up my legs, wanting up.
Yeah, our little secret. All right. She gave us the 4-minute mark. Let's see.
Okay, so are we going to do ear hair for a hashtag?
What did you say? Oh, make sure all the names are on the tanks. Awesome. What did you say? I'm sorry. Nose hair, yeah. Or ear hair.
Hashtag ear hair.
Yeah. Would nose be better though?
Nose is easier to type. Type hashtag nose hair.
Let's do hashtag nose hair.
Then everybody will think you're talking about Ed.
Right? Ed's got some more formidable hairs. Not on his head, but poor Ed. I love Ed. He's my baby. All right, guys. Ear hair or menu pits. Oh, that's a good one too, Sharpie. Menu pits. They'd have to come back and watch it to know what we're talking about, wouldn't they? You can learn to do, Robert. All right, guys, let's head over there. Thank you, Pam. It was a delight having you.
Thanks, everybody that came in. We'll see you tonight. Tonight we have Amber for a guest.
Yep.
So if you want to see what she's got on her website and hear any backstories, be sure to tune in or rewatch it. If you don't have time tonight, see what she's got on her website.
Cemetery, Craig said. We got some good hashtags out of this. Maria, thank you for posting links. I think she was the only mod here, but thank you, all the mods, not just for today, but for always. Maria's awesome. All right, there's the link in there. See you guys over.
See you guys later. See you
Thanks,
on
everybody.
Stream and over at Rob's stream. Bye.
Rob 93. Bye.